Hey guys, this is Coach B with Reinhardt Volleyball. Here with a couple of my players to kind of talk about our volleyball program and where it's been, where it's at, where it's going. We've got Nico Castro here with us, who plays Libero DS and going into his senior year. And we have Bruno with us as a setter going into his sophomore year. Our men's volleyball program, we are going into our fourth year. And mainly right now we want to spend some time with you, like I just mentioned, just kind of talking about, where we've been and where we're going. I'd like to start with you, Nico. You've been with our program since the beginning, and I was kind of just wondering your thoughts on like where it was when it started, like what you thought about the program when you first came in, what did you think about last season, stuff like that.
So when I initially decided to come to Reinhardt, my main goal was to leave a legacy. Obviously, it was a first-year program. I was a part of the first group to establish this program here for the men's team. But as far as last season, I think we took a big step in the right direction, and I'm excited for this one as well.
Nice. And then Bruno, I know, you being with us for your first season last season, and I was just kind of wondering. I shared earlier, actually, we did a coach's interview, and you were one of the players that I had talked about, to where I kind of had talked about like last year, us developing that like player-coach relationship, and how I thought we've even grown for this season, how excited I am with you. So, but what are your thoughts about last year and this one?
So last year I would say we had a pretty decent season. We got some really good games. We got some pretty bad games, but I mean that's how it is. And I feel that last season, as a team, we felt that we could have gone farther, definitely. So that feeling kind of made us, gave us motivation for this upcoming season. I know we have new players coming, and with the culture and the team that we had last year, I think that this upcoming season is going to be something pretty good for us.
Yeah, and something that Coach Colden brought up earlier when we were talking, and I agreed with her, I thought something going into this season was, I think we might be deeper than most teams that we're going to play. Sometimes when you have depth, it can sometimes be inexperienced, where I feel like, Bruno's going into his second season, and if you think about our team, we've got a lot of guys that have a lot of experience, and even our new players like Kuba from Poland, Alex coming in from Spain, and Adufo coming in from Brazil with lots of experience. I think our depth could be a major role this season. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I absolutely think that from the top bottom, we have a lot of experience, and it's great to bounce ideas off each other and just play together. You kind of feel like you're doing it as a team. It's kind of like a puzzle, right? So it's a fun puzzle throughout the entire season. You're figuring it out, and you're putting the pieces together, so at the end you could probably finish that puzzle.
Yeah, and when you think about last season and setting, and I tried to, and Tessa as well, do our best to get you some new offense, some better ball control.
Yeah.
Like, how are you feeling as far as your excitement of leading this team this season?
So for me, it was pretty different, because last year was my first year here, not only in Reinhardt but in the United States. So the technique-wise, volleyball-wise, everything was completely different from what I've learned before. So with like you guys help like getting to know like the system here, how the offense you guys wanted me to run here was pretty good, and now I think I have more depth in how we wanted to play. And with this new pieces that we've got coming, for example, Alex, Kuba from Poland, we have Adolfo from Brazil. I feel that we have pretty special players, and one of our only goals for this semester as a team is probably how to make it through and make these pieces come out together and play as like one.
Yeah.
So I feel that's going to be pretty interesting for us this semester.
And I love to hear that. For anybody watching that got to see the coach's interview earlier, something I had mentioned was, we have this ultimate goal that, winning like an AAC conference championship, but the culture that, as a coaching staff, that I want to give to you guys as players, if we trust the process it doesn't matter what that end result is.
Yeah.
And you had just mentioned, like, what you just said really emphasizes that, coming together, being as one, regardless of what that end result is. So that's awesome to hear. I love hearing that as a coach. And as you guys look, I'm really interested to hear, and for people watching, is there anything you've done, over this winter break? You guys just finally got to have some time off. Did you spend it just completely just vegging out and not worrying about volleyball, or did you guys do anything that brought you closer as a team to prepare? Because your team actually comes back tomorrow, and the grind is going to start. So.
So we've actually been reading a book called Culture System, and it was an audio book on Audible, and we read it as a team. We discussed it once a week, every Monday at 4 p.m. Just got a little bit of team bonding in an hour a week. But other than that, individually, we all pretty much have been working out consistently. That's the key. The consistency is key. So that's pretty much all we've done, other than individually check on each other. I feel like we all pretty much spoke outside of that one meeting a week, so it was fun to keep in touch with most of the guys throughout the break.
I was gonna say that before we left for winter break, we had pretty much said that during winter break we all gonna keep working out, and we also put that goal of like reading a book as a team and having these weekly meetings to talk about the culture system that we were learning within the book, and also to keep talking to each other to see how break's going, what was going to be like our goals for this semester, and how, like, just to check on each other to see how being apart from each other right now is going to be hard, because we start tomorrow, but I mean, we've been a month away from volleyball, a month away from college, a month away from each other, so it's a time that it looks short, but it's actually like being away from the courts, away from each other. It's pretty tough, but I mean, talking with each other every week, talking about volleyball, talking about the book, I think that was pretty great for us to keep that integration and that connection with each other. I think that was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a coach, listening to you guys say that, just absolutely love it. Those are some of the biggest fears we have as coaches, is when we have to send our players off and completely trust that you guys aren't going to come back like out of shape, not ready to go. And I love that, our players went into this break trying to team bond and actually read a book and increase that culture. So I'm excited to how it's going to look when you guys you get back. So something else I kind of wanted to ask you guys is, as you head into this next season, you as an individual and you as a team, like, do you have any personal goals or vision of what you foresee as you go into this 2023 season?
So our objectives as a team is to go one step at a time, I feel like. So as I said earlier about the puzzle pieces, we really want the finished product to be around conference time, right? So we're really working on staying in the present and working towards the end result as we go. Individually, I'm probably going to say I want to better my communication on the court and speaking to my hitters, and that's something that puts me a little bit out of my comfort zone, but we'll be all right. I think we can definitely handle that. If communication's the only thing to fix, that's a controllable.
And I think that's great, right? We talk about, you've heard it from me for years, like, right, having to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So I love that you want to attack something that maybe you feel a little uncomfortable at, but you're working at being comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. What about you, Bruno?
Yeah, I think that as a team, our mainly goal is to get the connection with each other and get to play as one. So that I think that's something that we pretty much talk about during our meetings, that we have that connection with each other. We know how to play volleyball, but we just want to get to a point that we play as one team and play together and make and make everything goes well. I think that's pretty much our goal as a team. And personally, I feel that my goal as a setter and as a leader as well, I feel is to run the offense as good as I can, and try to lead the team towards our goal, that is to win the championship this semester. So I feel that we have a pretty good path coming for us. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, anybody watching, player coach wise, love hearing the things that you guys are sharing. Culture, as you know, is a big deal for me as a coach. I think you guys coming to college, anybody here at Reinhardt playing, you're good enough athletes. That's why you're playing college ball. I think I really respect a lot of the coaches here at Reinhardt and the family we have, because it really is about that culture. Like you just nailed it, Bruno. Every team in the country has that goal about wanting to win a championship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to be able to accomplish that if you can't really learn how to get through that grind and that adversity that's going to come every day, and being able to push each other and then be okay with that. That's what true family is, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here at Reinhardt Volleyball. And with our season upcoming, I just wanted to ask you guys, one of the last things I'll ask you is, like, what are you most excited about as you guys actually get into your first practice this Friday?
I'm excited. I'm excited about a lot of things. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, during this winter break, in our meetings that we had, since we couldn't play with each other, it was mainly just talking. So we've talked a lot, we heard a lot, and I'm pretty excited because, as you mentioned before, we talk a lot about culture and about this grind. Mm-hmm. And I see a lot of people talking about that during our meetings and during every time we talk. So I'm excited to see this grind and this culture actually being applied within the practice, within the games, within every single day that we're gonna have right now. So I feel that I'm pretty excited to see how all this talking that I've been making, all this culture that we're trying to build, how we're gonna apply that during this season. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Love it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we see a little bit of a spark and twinkle in the eyes when we bring up the season, because everybody's really excited to just go out and play and relax and have fun. I think everybody trusts their skill set as far as just being able to do things and being, as you said, comfortable, being uncomfortable. But I'm most excited personally into seeing everybody grow as a unit. I agree.
Yeah, I would say, I know we're interviewing our players as a coach. What I'm most excited about is to see you're going to have that spark. You're going to have the twinkle in the eye, like you said. You see that at the beginning of every season. Yeah. What I'm most excited about is to see you guys, do you still have that grind? Do you still have that look quarter away through the season? Midway through the season? Oh, yeah. What you mentioned, conference tournament time, is it still there? If we're able to sustain that, we're going to be really special when it comes down to it.
Absolutely.
And the last thing that I'm going to ask you guys, so the people watching can get to know you better, let's forget about volleyball for a second. Mm-hmm. How about we just kind of share what are some things outside the volleyball court that you enjoy doing?
So anybody that really knows me, I love working out, and that's pretty much it. I like studying volleyball. I do coach volleyball. That's pretty much, I eat, sleep, breathe volleyball. I nap from time to time. I eat because Nico's hungry. So.
Nico's hungry?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about you, Bruno?
I would say that for me, stuff that I do outside of volleyball or like school, I really, really enjoy spending time with my friends. That's one thing that I most like about and having a chance to leave, for example, Nico. Just spending time with my friends together, that's one thing that I most like about watching Netflix, watching YouTube, watching volleyball. It's something that I love doing as well. So I think that's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I know I said I'd only ask one last thing, but you guys always hear it from coaches when we share with you what we think culture is. So I guess it would be more important for the people watching. I'm curious, if you could pick one word that describes the culture of Reinhardt men's volleyball, what would it be?
I would probably, the first word that came up to my mind is resiliency.
Gotcha.
Because from where we started to where we're about to go is it's pretty impressive. Obviously we've been blessed to have a great coaching staff. Good kudos to you. Absolutely just bringing in players that actually care and want to progress the game of men's volleyball here at Reinhardt is something special to me, and that's pretty much why I came here, because I wanted to see it grow, especially in Georgia. Yeah. I'm a local here, so I'm very excited for the future of this program.
Awesome. What about you, Bruno?
I would say a word that defines at least our culture. I would say accountability, because since we said that, like, we talk to each other a lot about this culture that we're trying to build. We define culture in like many words, but I feel that accountability is how we can help each other reach that goal of like creating this culture and grinding within this culture. So holding each other accountable, I feel that's a big thing for us, and creating this relationship of trust and confidence with each other. I feel that's something pretty strong for us. So, awesome. So I feel that's something that I can define as culture.
And I love hearing from the players. You know, obviously as coaches, we have, you guys know, for me, culture-wise, I want it to be family. And I'm sure we could pick 10 different words if you really truly thought about it.
For sure. Yeah.
And why I bring up family for those that are watching is we kind of want to lean on our RU family. Mm-hmm. Like, we're hoping that, you know, our basketball teams, our football teams, our lacrosse team, our soccer teams, you know, cheer, just everybody, students, staffs. We hope that we get to see you at our games this year. Our players, just like any athlete, love to feel that energy from the crowd. So this is us kind of reaching out to you, hoping that we can see you at our games. And we're going to do everything we can with our game day management to make it fun and have prizes for you guys and do different things. And these guys are going to do everything they can to make it as exciting as possible at the games when you come. So, you know, we thank David and Reinhardt for the opportunity to even be here and talk to you about our season. And we hope to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.